Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to MeatCranium. Today I'm going to be doing a pork butt on my Oklahoma Joe Highland Smoker using the new and improved TipTopTemp. Now, Bruce, the owner of TipTopTemp, sent me this one out. It's new and improved. It's got a thicker metal. It's got a wooden wheel. It seems a lot more durable. I like it. Can't wait to use this thing. So I'm going to use this thing on a long cook today on the Oklahoma Joe Bronco. And he kind of sent me this as an adapter. This is a pear can, and this slips into the vent. You open up your damper. I'll show you. Check this out. It's pretty cool. So this pear can has the slits cut to go on the side here. Kind of fold these in a little bit. I think it could probably be cut a little bit more, just like that. Check that out. Ain't that cool? Then the TipTopTemp slips right over it like that. Actually, we're gonna take this apart. Check this out. The TipTopTemp now comes apart in two pieces. It's pretty tight, so it takes a little bit to get it apart. But you put it on from the top and you slide it. This part is just going to go right over like that, and you can easily open up your vents. So there you go. TipTopTemp for the Oklahoma Joe Bronco, or basically any sort of offset smoker. Now here's the last one. Here's the last TipTopTemp. I still have the box. And here it is, and you can tell the difference. This right here is one piece. Didn't have a wooden dial. Had this kind of dial. Actually, this kind of dial right here, actually, I kind of like maybe a little bit more than that wooden one. But the wooden one looks more, kind of rustic, which is kind of cool too. But this metal isn't as thick as that one over there. Plus, it stays in one piece. And the new one also comes with clips to keep it onto your kettle, so it doesn't fall off your kettle when you remove the lid. So that's really cool too. But we're gonna be running with it like this today on the Oklahoma Joe Bronco. The Oklahoma Joe Highland Smoker. I think I might have already said Bronco. Didn't mean Bronco. I mean the Highland Smoker. This is my original smoker I've had. I've had this thing now for 7 or 8 years. It's freaking awesome. Anyhow, let's get started. Let's see what this thing can do. Also, for today, I'm going to be going with the minion method. I have coals around. I have no lump charcoal, so I'm going to have to be going with the regular briquettes. I'm going to be putting the hot coals in the middle. It's going to spread out. Now I'm just going to lay my pecan wood or whatever on top as it cooks. Moving over here, one of my very first videos I did was how to take your grill plates that you have over there to cook burgers and stuff, cover them with aluminum foil, angle one this way, angle the other one this way, and you'll have even temperatures in your Oklahoma Joe Highland Smoker. I'm also using the Bronco. I would keep saying Bronco. Highland Smoker. Of course, I got the bottom foiled. I've already used it a couple times. It's very, very consistent, very, very easy. So that's how I have this right here. I've got one plate going this way, the other plate's going flat like this, and it works out really good. I'll be using the Inkbird to keep track of the internal temperature of the meat, and of course I'll be using the new and improved TipTopTemp. All right, so let's get started, and I'm about to bring out the pork butt and get that nice and seasoned up. Okay, so this is the pork butt. It's about a 9-pound pork butt, or Boston butt, or whatever else you want to call it. Last night I injected this with some apple juice. And when you inject it with apple juice, you want to go about every inch, kind of do a checkerboard pattern when you're injecting it, and get that apple juice deep down inside of the meat. So anyhow, this is the next day, and it's been I had it covered up. You see all the apple juice and stuff inside here, which is good. So it stayed. So it's been soaking kind of in the apple juice. It's going to keep it nice and tender. It's going to help tenderize it, help cook it. I'm going to take this out of here and get it seasoned. All right, so you can still see the holes right here from where I injected it. I'm not going to use a binder because it's already been in apple juice and it's already kind of wet enough. I'll be using It's Incredible jalapeno. He has probably has new labels, but this was a kind of a new product that he come out with, wanted me to try out, and this is absolutely fantastic. It's Incredible jalapeno. So that's all I'll be using today. Don't be shy with the amounts that you use. You're probably saying, why are you seasoning the fat? Well, simple, I want to. So I'm not going to try to put too much on the fat. Okay, get to hit up the meat on the side. But isn't that a waste of rub? No, because it still gets into the meat eventually. When you mix it up and stuff, it's all good. Turn this bad boy over. In fact, I don't think I've had anything from Heaven Made Products that has been bad. Everything's been absolutely wonderful. Just press it in, that's all you need to do. So with my pork butts, I like to start off with the fat side down, and 2 hours later I flip it up, so that because I like to get the fat started, get it rendered. Then I flip it up and then let that fat kind of like render downwards into the meat instead of just down into the bottom. So I like to get that heat up there, get that fat loosened up from the bottom, and then flip it over, then let it finish the rest of the way on top. And now I think the coals are about ready. All right, let's get this show on the road. There we go. I'm gonna keep this vent door open for right now. Closing the lid. Open the TipTopTemp all the way. Do not force it, okay? So there. Gonna do that. And my desired temperature is gonna be around 275. All right, so my goal temperature is 275. So at approximately 50 degrees below your target temperature, you wanna close the damper to a quarter way. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Then let the TipTopTemp do the rest, and I'm going to adjust it when it hits 275. I'm going to adjust it. So right now I have that shut to about a quarter way. Goal is 275, and now is a good time to put the pork butt on. All right, fat side down. All right, just in case anybody's asking, the wood I'm using today, I'm using some pecan wood and some cedar wood. Got a piece of cedar right there, got some pecan right there. So yeah, that's what I'm using, pecan and cedar. All right, y'all, well, it's time to flip it over. It's been 2 hours, actually a little over 2 hours to get the probes put in there and see what the internal temperature is. All right, here we go. Here we go, we got the we got the fat up on top now. Let's get some probes in, got my ink bird right here. Right there. And we're gonna wrap it about 165. I'm sorry, but it seems like we've had lawn service going on all day long in my neighborhood, so sorry about the noise. All right, y'all, so it's been 4 hours. My goal to get this temperature was at 275. It has not gotten to 275. Instead, and I'll take this too, it's pegged. You see that? It's pegged at right around 250. It's been between the 240 and 250 area now for just, I mean, pretty much as soon as I put the pork butt in. And here's the other one. Now tell me where you can get both sides of your offset smoker to be within 5 degrees of each other. I can. I've done videos on it, on how you can do it. Yeah, both sides is 250. Now grate level, I'm not really too concerned about that, but up here, it's at 250. It might be a little bit hotter down towards grate level, but for right now, up here, it's right around the 245, 250 area. And these temperature gauges are almost exactly even. You don't get that generally at offset smoker. I do. All right, so it's been 5 hours, and the internal temperature is at 165. The temps has been staying steadily at 250. It's still at 250. And I'm going to take this off. I'm going to flip it back over. So now the fat side is going to go down as I wrap it. I do a little bit non-traditional way of approaching a pork butt. So let's get this thing wrapped up. Okay. So now we got meat side is up, fat side is down, and we're going to do some honey on it. Haven't done a pork butt like this in a while, so it's really, truly is like the best way. Some brown sugar on it, and here's a kind of a non-traditional approach: is frozen stick of butter. a frozen stick of butter. What I like frozen is because it'll slowly melt, or at least a little bit slower, and it's gonna baste the meat, or bask, or baste, whatever it's called. So I'm gonna wrap this up, tuck this in. There we go, cover this. And back on the grill, this goes. There we go, right there. That's the butter. There we go. All right, gonna go until again internal temperature of about 205. All right, so something else non-traditional I like to do that a lot of people don't do is if you have a hickory tree or pecan tree or any kind of like nut tree, except for probably oak, like the acorns, pick the nuts up. These act as a great charcoal, and they burn slow, and they also emit a smoke. So you get two different types of uses for this. Not only is it like a coal, but it also emits a great smoke, almost kind of like the wood itself. That's what I have over in my, I've been using over here in my firebox. So I just put another load of those nuts in there, let them slowly burn. I also have that's a pecan log right there. I'm letting that slowly burn as well, along with the coals, and been maintaining the nice 250. Can't get a 275 temp, but a 250 I can most certainly obtain. All right, y'all, so it's been 6 hours. I just made the very first adjustment to the TipTopTemp. The temperatures, I guess some of that log I have in there kind of ignited and it got really hot, and it started creeping up to about 300 degrees. I turned the knob of the TipTopTemp. I turned it down some, and I instead of it being straight up and down at 12 to 6, I turned it where it's more like a 10 and 4, and temperatures have settled right back down to the 250 area. So I've kind of settled in. I'm just going to keep this at 250, not try to do the 275, and it just seems to like that temperature. It likes to seem to be right in there, so I'm not going to try to force it. If it wants to be at 250, by God, I'll let it be at 250. So this is the 6 hour mark, and the internal temperature of we got 165 right now. It is in the stall right now. The pork butt is in the stall right now. It's been at about 160, between 162 and 165 now for over an hour. So we're just waiting for it to break out of that, and temperatures start increasing. All right, so just hit the 8 hour mark, and 250. Temperature is still in the 250 range, and it's been 8 hours. It has spiked up a couple times to 300. I just make a slight adjustment. I've only made actually 2 adjustments to the TipTopTemp. So far so good. I'm very happy with it. It's performing very well, even though my overall goal was 275. It's just kind of, some trial and error, so the next cook I can try to do something different. And but yeah, I've been keeping the damper a quarter way open on the firebox. Been only about a quarter way open, and I've been keeping that. I'm gonna hit 300. I moved it down halfway, and it's been moving, and it's been adjusting. So far so good. All right, well, it has been exactly 9 hours, and guess what the temperature is still at? 250. Amazing. That is absolutely freaking awesome. Only thing I did was I just kept adding wood over in the firebox. Just kept adding wood over there and coals, and TipTopTemp handled the rest. The only 2 times I had to adjust it is when the temperature kind of spiked to like 300. I turned the knob down a little bit and brought the temperature right back down. So 250, okay. Probably would have got done a little bit sooner than 9 hours if I had run it at 275. 250 is just fine and dandy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this now, and that's it. And just cook and let this thing rest. There we go. All right, so it's been about a half hour. We're kind of hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it rest. Ideally, you would want it to rest, probably at least an hour, but this has been it's been a half hour, so it's been resting long enough. I got a ton of juices right here all around. See what this thing looks like. Look at that. Bam! Can't get much more pretty than that. It's a nice, beautiful dark color. All that melted butter is on there. That's oh, look at that. Just hear it? Just breaks apart. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It just pulls right apart, y'all. Look at that. Phenomenal. Look at that. Deep pink right there. That's gorgeous. Take a look at that. Yum, yum. Oh, it's gonna be so good. There we go. All right, y'all, so that's it. That is amazing. Inject your pork butts if you ever get one. Pork butts, pork shoulders, whatever you want to call them, Boston butts. Inject them with some apple juice. It keeps that moisture inside. You don't have to spray them. No, really, you don't. You don't have to spray them. You gotta do nothing. It's cooking free. Just season the outside, inject it with apple juice. You're good to go. Thanks to Bruce for sending me the new hotness. I went ahead and I put it back together. This is the top. The top screws onto the bottom. Here's the old one. It's all one piece right here. And this is the new one. It's in 2 pieces. So I just take the top part off and put it onto the Oklahoma Joe Highland Smoker, not the Bronco. Even though I might experiment and try this on the Oklahoma Joe Bronco as well in a future cook. So anyhow, that's it. Like, subscribe. I'll see you next week. Ciao.